Hey guys, welcome back to Rags and Stitches. Before we jump into today's video, which is the starting of a series of our Miss Quilty first project, before we get into it, I wanted to say a couple of things. First of all, I plan to do the majority of the video tomorrow. Today is just breaking us in. I've been looking through the workbook, and as you can see over here, I have started the video. I had to start the video. I had to use the QR code and look at how she's cutting out and measuring. I didn't realize how basic I am, like really, with the measuring. That's one thing I wanted to go into first with you. Number two, yes, my hair is yet again different. I couldn't deal with all that hair, so I went shorter, and I think it looks much better. I can't deal with all of that hair that I had. So this is much better. Thank God. It's a lot cooler. It's hot outside, and I think it's kind of funky and wild, and it was much better. Number three thing I have to cue you in on. If I look red as a beet here on my cheeks, which are really hot right now, you see how red? They're red from here to here. If I start looking like Santa Claus today, it's because I had 2 steroid shots in my knee yesterday. And this is what it does to me. It's a side effect from this Kenalog that they shoot into my bursa, because I have bursitis in my knee, and my osteoarthritis when they shoot me in the joint. So I get 2 shots in my knee, got them yesterday, and the steroid flush is starting now. And when I tell you it's a miserable feeling, it's miserable. It feels like your face is on fire. You can see right now that is not blush. I just wanted everyone to know that's not my makeup. So I do have a steroid flush, and it will be here for a few days. So if I start looking really red, that's why. Okay, so let's jump into it. Let's talk about so far starting out what I've learned. Number one, the book is good. The workbook is helping, but what I really love, that's if the lady would speak a little slower, but you can pause it. She's great, but she goes fast for me, is the QR code for the video. Because let me explain, guys. Number one, apparently am not great with a rotary cutter and a ruler. I'm so used to my scissors and winging it, and I've got to get more precise. So, for this project, I didn't just use, where's my Miss Quilty ruler? I didn't just use my Miss Quilty ruler, which just fell on the floor. Hold on. Because I'm just now learning how to use this ruler. And to tell you how basic I am, I had been using this ruler from Amazon without even peeling off the plastic. And I figured out that you peel off the plastic off of it. So I did that. I did manage to do that. So I did that. So this is your Miss Quilty ruler, and she's great, but she's only 6.5 inches by 6.5 inches. So she's perfect for a square, and she's got that triangle mark across, but I'm pretty lost on the measurements. I've been having to use this a lot. This happens to be wonderful with my rotary cutter. This is a 15 inches ruler. And so when I first started this project, let me set those aside. I got a little overwhelmed, a little intimidated at first because, okay, on the first page, block of the month is project number 1, the Cosy Mosiac Block. So there's your fabrics. Of course, they're in our kit. You need your own background fabric. I haven't picked my background fabric. I thought I was going to use batting, but she says you need white fabric. I have plenty of white fabric. I'll get some out and cut it. I'm going to have to cut it 12.5 by 12.5 inches. It says that right here. That's for your background. That's the size it will end up coming out. Okay. So you have all your fabrics, but you don't have your background fabric. Now, she says just pick any white fabric. So I'm going to do that. But anyway, I've already cut out the pieces. So that's what I'm getting into with you now. So this is our first project. This is what it will look like. And it will be 12.5 by 12.5 inches finished size. So then you turn to the next page. And what's great is you do have a checklist. You also have your QR code to scan and watch her on video, which I had to do. I haven't finished the video. I just started it. So over here is the picture of that goes along with your, what do you want to call it? Your pattern. Because A is the background fabric. This is the part I got confused on. Okay. So if you look at this picture, okay, here's where I'm confused. If you look at the finished product, okay, the finished product has a white background, right? You see it? Okay, if you look on this page, it's the polka dots. Where is it? It's the polka dot that's in your kit is the background. So I don't know. You could use the polka dot, but then you're not going to have enough for your next project, whatever involves the polka dot, but you could substitute a different one. So I don't know. That I'm a little confused on. And I didn't even know that we were supposed to use white. I thought we were going to use the polka dot. And I was going to cut out a 12 by 12, 12.5 by 12.5 of the polka dot. And she's like, no, you need the white fabric on the video. And I'm like, you pick your own white fabric. So, I mean, you could, if you wanted, just, improvise, you could use that fabric as a background. And I think that might be what I do. Because if I have another project with that fabric pattern, I'll just either use a different one or something. Okay, so there you have that first little mix-up I did. Okay, here we have terms. You can check off each box. Read all the instructions before you begin. Okay, so RST, right sides together. WST, wrong sides together. And all seam allowances are 1/4 of an inch unless otherwise stated. Most sewing projects have that. So that's good. And remember, I'm a beginner. So if somebody else is a master watching this, they're going to go, lady, you don't know what you're talking about. You'd be correct. Okay, but I'm learning. Okay, we're learning together. So up here, I like this. This is your chart. It says fabric A. Well, here's fabric A. Fabric A, according to this chart, is the polka dots. So it says here you need 2 4x4 squares and 4 6.5 by 2 rectangles of that. Well, that's if you're following this pattern, but that's not what's on her channel. That's her channel did not have that. So I am going to follow the book. Okay. So I have not yet cut out and I probably should mark that. I have yet to get my flower pin. I have yet to, that's one thing I didn't cut out yet, is my 4 6.5 inch by 2 inch rectangles with and you're going to label them A2. And you're supposed to use a heat dissolving marker. I don't have one of those. I like my tailor's chalk because you can just rub it off or iron it off. Okay, so then you're going to label them. Fabric A1 is going to be these squares. I cut those out. These are the 4x4 squares. There's 2 of them here. So you're supposed to have 2 4x4 squares. There they are. Now, the 4x4 squares, it took me a minute to figure out what 4x4 was. 4 inches by 4 inches, like with what ruler? I'm like, anyway, I figured it out. It is 4x4. Okay. So that's cut out. Okay. That was my mother. Ignore that. I'm going to turn it on silent and I will call her back. When I'm finishing videotaping. Okay. Then, we needed to cut, let's see, fabric B. Okay. So fabric B, I have not done that yet. 2 4x4 squares. Fabric B. Oh, okay. I haven't done that yet. Here it is. I was going to do that. Okay, so out of your stripe material, we're going to need to cut 2 4x4 squares out of that, which will eventually become triangles, I think. So that I will do with you in a minute. Then fabric C is the strips. I've done those. So we had to do 6 1.5 by 9 rectangles of each fabric. Okay. So I did those and she showed me on the video how you can cut 2 at a time. And, when you're a beginner, it's like, I just want to get them straight. I had pre-ironed some of my fabric and some I did not. So I'm just going along with it. Look how cute though. Look at the colors, y'all. Does that not remind you of Pioneer Woman? It really does. I just think it does. I don't know. I love it. Okay, so there's my rectangles. And again, this is part 1 of the video. We're just doing cutting and getting everything ready for tomorrow. So we've got our 6 rectangles, and that was here. I'm going to cut this here with you, these 2 things. And then fabric D, the center I've already cut. That's the butterfly. Where'd the butterfly go? It's right here. So for the butterfly, what was so convenient is you used your Miss Quilty ruler, and I'll show you. It was a 6.5 by 6.5 square. Okay, so that was easy, of course, because where's my book? Grab my ruler. Where does Miss Quilty ruler? Okay. Because Miss Quilty ruler is 6 by 6, 6.5 by 6.5. So you just simply put it and cut it. And I think I did a pretty good job. Couple of lessons I've learned, and that's a pretty fabric, isn't it? The butterflies. That's going to be the center. Okay, so put the ones that we cut over here to the side. There's my 2 polka dot squares, and I'm going to cut a 12 by 12.5 by 12.5. We're going to cut our background and a couple things. One of the things I've learned, a couple of things I picked up on. I just dropped the cap to the pan, but a couple of things I've learned. Number 1, measuring. I thought I knew how to measure. Well, in quilting, it's a bit different, I guess. And the rotary cutter, this sucker, I've got 2 of them. One is a Fiskar. I just put new blades. I have a problem holding the ruler without it sliding, even on my little board, which I could probably measure on my new self-healing cutting rotating board. As a matter of fact, I could. Look at that. It's got all the measurements on it. Look. Sucker's heavy duty. So this rotates, okay, for quilting. See how it rotates? And it has the measurements. I just haven't used it like that yet. I'm unsure how that works. Let's see. Let's test it out. 6.5 by 6.5. Look at that. It's got the square right there. Just lay your fabric right there. See, you learn as you go, guys. I could have just used that instead of holding a ruler. But anyway. Another thing, and tomorrow we'll be making I wanted to show you, jump ahead a minute. Tomorrow we'll be making the HST, half square triangle, isn't it called that? Let's see. Yeah, half square triangles. We'll be making those tomorrow. Not going to go into that tonight because it's starting to get late and I apologize, but I had to work on my eBay shop today and that's why I'm on so late doing anything. But Sunday's mainly my my sewing day, and it's going to be my quilting day. Wow, my cheeks are red. Whoa, I look like Santa Claus. I'm not kidding, guys. I mean, super red. So we've got everything cut out except a couple things, which I'm going to do with you on here really quickly. But hey, I mean, it doesn't look like I'm going to have a lot of trouble. And there is QR codes on every other page. So if I do, I can stop and see and do the QR code and go on there and watch the video, and I'll know, I'll have the help I need. So far I'm very impressed with this. I mean, I didn't even know what I was doing. It's pretty. I think the most helpful thing is the QR codes where you can go watch a video, see what they're doing, even if it's different from what the project. The only discrepancy I've seen so far is she said white fabric and this says to use the other fabric provided. So, I mean, and that's not a biggie. So we have our 6 rectangles. We need 2 more 4x4 squares of the plaid. No, the stripe. The stripe. We need 2 more of the stripe. So we're going to cut this together. It is not ironed. I ironed some of the fabric, but I've been cutting it without it ironed because most of it's within the little squares. So this is the fabric we're going to be cutting this out of. We need 2 4x4 squares. I absolutely love this book. I just love it. I mean, it really walks me through everything. Now, I should have been labeling, but I haven't because I'm just going to keep going back and using this guide. I'm going to have to constantly use this and the picture with the little letters here to show you the colors. And then, that I'm going to have to constantly use that right now. That's just what I'm going to have to do. So let's put our book over here. And we need 2 4x4 squares. So let me see. I'm going to turn y'all around. And let's see if I can do it just without a ruler. I don't know. Let's see. 4x4. So 4. 4x4. That doesn't look right. We're going to use a ruler. Okay, so those are, let's see about Miss Quilty or not. Let's see. So 4.5, no, 4x4. 4x4. Okay, this is easier. Let's lay our Miss Quilty. Let's make sure it's on the right side. Oh, another thing I learned. That's what I was going to tell y'all. Another thing I learned. Make sure it's straight. And I usually get up to cut, but I'm on video. I didn't want you staring at the back of me all the time. I'm probably going to get up so you can see me cut it. Another thing I've learned is that the fabric, when you get fat squares, the edges are not straight. She taught me that on the video. So it's always good to go around with a ruler and cut them straight, or leave a bit at the end to cut at the end to make it straight. But I cut mine ahead of time. So this side is straight. This side is not on my other side, but this side is straight. Okay, so I've got my rotary cutter. This is the tricky part with me, is holding this ruler and cutting at the same time. I'm going to stand up and move over so you can see me cut, okay? So we're going to go make sure we're straight. 4 inches by 4. 4 over here comes across to here. So let's make a little marking here. I'm just making a marking with my rotary cutter. So it's 4. And we're ready to cut. Okay. So I'm going to try to do it where you can see. You start right here and cut. This doesn't look right. That's not right. That's not right. You see, guys, I don't know. My other squares are 4 by 4. That's a rectangle. Hold on a minute. I'm using my fat rulers. Hold on. This one to me has been wonderful. I got this kit off Amazon. It's 3 ruler set. Look at the big one. I like this for squares, but I don't really know what I'm doing. So here, let's go back to this. And I'm going to get my tailor saw and do it a regular way. So let's go down to the straight side here. That's a rectangle. I'll save that for later. Oh my God. Okay. I'm learning how to do this, guys, and it is not easy. So we need 4 by 4. Okay. So let's see. Right. Start right here. Lining it up. Go down to 4. That's here. This is 4. Okay. And then go high. 4. Now that looks correct. 4. It's not even, Amy. Boy, I tell you what, you put this ruler on top of these stripes, you start seeing. It's not, I'm going too far. Let's make sure on this side we're right. Got it. Okay. So let's remeasure to make sure we're correct. We are exactly 4 high. We are exactly 4 wide. Okay, we got it. This ruler's the best. I love it. Not to say that Miss Quilty's isn't. It's going to be helpful in most projects, and it has a little half square triangle on it already drawn out for you. Now what I'm going to do, since we need 2 of these, I'm just going to fold it over and cut it out. Okay. So let's just fold it over. I've marked it with my tailor's chalk. Well, I don't like the way that's folding. Hold on. I'm going to show you this way. Oh, no. I have a big hole cut out of there. Let's see if I can cut through. This is where I run into the challenge with my rotary cutter. So we're going to make sure this is straight. And I've got my lines. I can see where I'm cutting. I've got my rotary cutter. I should have ironed, but that's okay. Is he straight? He is straight. Ooh, we're going to get our ruler back out that I love. And we're going to start. I'm just going to press it down right here. I need a bigger cutting area, don't I, guys? Go back. Let's go back to 4 by 4. There it is, 4. When I lined up. Okay, so I know I'm using it right? Okay. I like to go over it twice because I just don't know. Is it cutting through both ways? 3, 4, I don't know. Yep, it did it. Okay. I just don't know. These are brand new blades and I don't feel like it's super sharp. I don't know. Okay, so go up this side. Now, once we get really skilled at this, then I'm in the way. Once we get really skilled at this, we'll be fast at cutting this stuff out. Right now, not so much. I don't want to go through both layers. This thing. See, this one feels like it just, I must be pushing the button. There you go. Jeez. Jeez. Okay. Let's go to this side and then we'll go across the top. Now, I will say most people are not as slow as me. Okay? But like I said, once I get really good at it, shoot, I'll be rocking it then. See, I just don't know how to use this thing. People just make it look easy. They just like, shh. It doesn't ever go easy for me. I'm on my mat. I think I'm better at cutting one layer, not two. Ta-da! Fix that little piece right there. Gosh. Here. Yeah, see, it never comes all the way through for me. I'll have to learn better. But there you go. We got it. 2 squares. 4x4. So we have our 2 4x4. So we've got those. We've got all our fabric ready for tomorrow. The only thing we're missing is we want to cut our background fabric. So let's do that now. Let me pick what I want to use. I don't think I have enough of the polka dot. I might. No. Not for 12x12. Darn. Okay. I think I'll use, I don't want to use white I want to use the fabric that came with the kit. So the polka dot is pretty cute. You want to use the dark polka dot? We could use the navy polka dot. Will that come out as cute? Or we could just use the plaid. Let's look at our book. Let's look over here and see. But I like the contrast to this. I think I'm a busy kind of gal. I'm not a plain Jane. I guess the white does look striking and really good. But I really like, see, and that's the other thing. Let me share with you this. Look here, guys. You see how in the picture it's the white? And here it's the polka dot. And it says right here, Fabric Aid, background and triangles provided. So they've already changed it to the polka dot since the video. It's probably what happened. But I don't have enough polka dot because I messed up earlier on my first cutting. So I think, what do you guys think? See, we have the checkered in the background. Oh, I got it. I know what we can use. I got it. I know which one we can use, y'all. This one. It's like white, but it has the pale blue stripe. Okay. We're going to do a 12x12. Okay. All right. We're going to mark it first. So let me get up over here. We're going to do a 12x12. This ruler does 12x12 very well. Let's put this on the table, get some room here. One day I'll have a big cutting table, guys, but you know, we make do with what we have when we have to. We're blessed to have what we have. So it's going to be a 12.5. So 12.5 by 12.5. Okay, so I'm going to get this area moved over and we're going to do this. That other side's cut from a strip that I had. So let's do this. Yeah. If we have another project with this fabric, we'll have to improvise. Let's make sure our edges are straight. I'm not too worried. It looks pretty straight. I'm not worried. It's the background. Okay. So we need to go 12 by 12. 12.5. No, 12.5 by 12.5. That's right. So that's 12. Wait a minute. Yeah, here we go. So 12.5. Here. Marking it with my table chalk. 12.5. 12.5. Sure it's straight, Amy. Okay. 12.5. Lost my spot. Hold on, guys. 12.5. Went too far. Okay, hold on. Sweet, Amy. Yep. Spot on. Just got to make sure it's straight. That's it. Now, I'm getting back up. Trying to cut this. Go. I'm going to go this way. 12 and let's go right on that line now. Okay, here we go, guys. I'm going to do it twice. Did pretty good. These are ding ends, man. Okay, go. This is the background. We almost got it. And then we'll have all, I believe, almost all our pieces cut out. I have to check again, but trying to stay out of the view of the camera. Somebody commented on one of the videos that they couldn't see, and I feel so bad when that happens. I really do, because I hate when I'm watching a video and I can't see what they're doing. But I don't know how to do all that fancy camera stuff, guys. I don't know how to do that, how they go above view and all that. I think they have a special camera or something. I don't have that. So we just have to make do with what we have. I don't have a big cutting area. Jeez. The good news is I wasn't on the line. I was below the line. This is hard to do at this angle. Okay. It's hard to do at this angle. Okay. Pull this down so I can get this little corner off. A little shredded. Okay. All right. Got it. Thank goodness. Now it looks like I don't know about you guys, but to me, it looks like quilting's going to be a lot of cutting. There's our 12.5 by 12.5 square. That's our background. We've got our middle piece. We've got our strips. We've got our squares. So let's go down our checklist before tomorrow and make sure we have everything. Okay, so my little pen. All right, so we need, let's see. Okay. We have our 4x4 squares of the polka dot fabric A, and we marked them A1. Okay, so we have that. Let's put a tick right there by that one. Now, do we have the 6.5 by 2? We need 4 rectangles. Oh, Lord, we have to have 4 rectangles up the polka dot. I think I have enough for that. We'll see. That's the other thing we haven't done yet. Okay, we need from fabric B, which is the stripy, which we just cut. We need 2 4x4 squares. That's these. And we're supposed to mark those B. I guess we'll mark them B. We'll go with the instructions by Taylor Chalk. That's B. That's A1. Those are marked. Okay. Let's check that. We'll get that. All right. Fabric C, strips. Fabric C, fabric C. All right. It's all the other fabrics which I went through and got out. Because 12 come in the kit and you're only using 6 that are in this pattern. So I just looked at the pattern and picked them out. So I did those. Those 6 strips were 1.5, 1.5 by 9 rectangles out of each fabric. So it comes to a total of 6, it said. We got those. Okay, check. Check that one. And then we need to use 1 fat quarter fabric D. That was the butterfly. And do the big 6.5 by 6.5 square. We got that. That's our centerpiece. How fun. Okay, so the last one we have to do is 4 6.5 by 2 rectangles. So we're going to do that real quick. 6.5 by 2 rectangles of the what's the fabric again? Oh, the polka dots. Well, guys, we'll see if we have enough fabric for it. If we're not, we'll have to improvise. I don't know what I messed up with earlier, but here's the polka dot that we're supposed to use. Yeah, I think we might have it. Okay, I'm going to move over. I thought we were done. So I can put all this nice and neatly out for tomorrow. I need to move it. Let's put it over here on the desk for now. Okay. Now, we need, what was the measurements again? We need 4 6.5 by 2 rectangles. 6.5 by 2 rectangles. 4 of them. Okay. 6.5 by 2. 6.5 by 2. 6.5. I'm gonna come in. Well, that edge is straight. So I guess we can. Okay. Give me that. Take a chop. Where are you? All right. So 6.5 long. Okay. So 6.5 by 2. 6.5. That's 2. That's 6.5. Six and a half there. Got it. Make sure it's 2. 2. It is. That's 6.5. Make sure we get a straight line here. 6.5. What are you doing, Ruby? My dog is snuffling around here. That she's trying to get fidgety because her big fat healthy self thinks it's way too late for dinner. She needs a dinner. Okay. So how many of these did we need? 4? Wait, 4. Okay, I need 4 of these. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough, but I'm gonna cut one out. See. I did it a little too long, but that's okay. We're gonna start right here at 6 minutes. Okay. So I did it a little too long. Trying to see exactly how long I did it. Right here. No, I didn't. That's correct. I must have had the ruler wrong. I'm just not used to the self-healing cutting board. I don't know. But do you see how much trouble I have with just one strip? Much less to cut through 2 layers. I just can't even get through one strip. I don't know. I've got new blades in both my rotaries. I haven't used them till now. I could try the other one. And I think it slips. The other one's a fist car. Maybe it would do better. I don't know. I mean, I have to sit here and like saw it. Okay, that's what it should look like. Okay. So let me this other one. Let's see how it does. Let's try this one. Maybe I can get a better grip on it. So now I'm not going to draw it. I'm just going to fold this in half. And we're going to use the ruler. Now that I know about where it's at, I think this will suffice. And we're going to try 2 at a time. We're going to try 2 at a time. So 6.5 by 2. There's the 2. There's the 6.5. Okay? Right there. Dang it. 6.5. I don't know how to use these things. Oh, wow. That would cut. Okay. 6.5. Hold on. 6.5. Right here, Amy. Yeah, that one cuts better. Okay. Maybe it was the. I'm a little bit longer than 6.5, guys. That's why I'm like, where to end it right there. This is just so funny. Okay, give me the stand thing. Yeah, this one looks better than the previous. So I may. This one looks real nice and straight. It's just I'm too long. Get the bloody Taylor chalk and mark it, Amy. Right there. Okay, I got it, guys. Sometimes I wonder how you guys put up with me. Okay, here we go. Please do not slip. Okay, this is nice. This one's nice. Okay, now I need to go back. That's 2, 3. I need to go back and fix this one, I think, a little bit. It's not straight. So we have a 6.5. That's 6.5 by 2. Yeah, it's really kind of off. And the only thing that's off is this edge. Okay. Just a little bit of this edge right there. I don't like that. Okay. Look at that. One stroke. Okay, that's better. We need one more. One more and we'll have all the supplies for tomorrow. One more. Yeah, this whole cutting thing, I'm like, but we're going to take it day by day. And we're just going to, where's two? There's two. And 6.5. Okay, you're going to have to get this edge off first. Now it's straight. Okay. 2 and 6.5. 2, 6.5. Yep, it's on the burn. Make sure it's straight. Okay. It's not easy at this angle either, but I'm trying to video for you guys. Okay. By golly. Just cut this edge off. Got it, guys. Definitely the Fiskar one is the better one. It just slips. So, as you can see, that one's pretty good. But they both have new blades, so I don't know what this one's doing. This one came from Amazon. It's AM. Okay. We have our 4 strips. Okay. We have everything. So let's go through it one more time. Our checklist so that tomorrow when we start piecing things together and starting our sewing, we'll have everything ready. Background piece. Check. Where's my pen? Got that. Okay. Let's write it here. Background check. 12.5 by 12.5. Okay. Check. Okay. We've got our A1 fabric 4x4 squares. Let's do it like that. Here's A1 and I have marked it. Okay. Let's turn it the right way where it says A1. Then we have B and B. Where did B go? Here it is. And then we have B. Here's B. I marked it. Where's the marking? There's B. Okay. Got that. Check that. Yeah, we got that. So that's both parts of fabric A. And then we have 6.5 by 2 rectangles. Pardon me. This is A2. Okay. So take your tailor chalk. So this is A1 and this is A2. And I'm going to keep myself organized. Okay. This is B. And then we have our background. Then we're going to C, which is the assorted 6 pieces and strips. We've got those. So we'll put with our tailor's chalk where it went. This is C. We're supposed to mark it. Okay. And then the last one, which is D, is the center. All right, guys, we'll mark them all. We've got them all ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow we begin. We will start piecing together everything, getting it together, sewing. We'll start, I think step 1 is going to be making the half square triangle. So this should be interesting. That's where we're gonna draw a line and cut. And I think we start sewing after that. Yep. Yep. It's gonna get tricky. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little nervous. But we made it through the cutting and the measuring, so we're doing good so far. All right, so tomorrow we'll pick back up in part 2. We've got all our cutting done and our measuring and everything's checked off. Then we'll go through step 1 of making the half square triangle. tomorrow. And I think we'll see how long we can do it. Probably this area. And it'll be a process, but we'll make it through. And I'm excited. So far, I love this book. Thank you, Mrs. Quilty. If you're watching this, I doubt it, but if you watch this, thank you very much, because I think this is really going to be a fun project. And I don't know about you guys, but once I finish this square, I'm going to make something out of it. I don't know if I'm going to frame it or make something like put it on something like in front of a shirt. It'll be my first quilted square. First block is what they call it. So I'm still learning the terms too. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That was part 1 of our first project for Miss Quilty. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll come back on for part 2. All right, guys, see you next time on Rags and Stitches. Bye.